The online medical history form editor is broken down into two sections: current template and available questions. On the current template, you can look at and edit each of the 5 tabs the patient will need to fill out to submit their medical history. There is a setting for each tab as to whether you want the Check All No option on that tab. You can rearrange questions by simply dragging and dropping each question to the desired location. To remove a question, drag it to the Available Questions section. The Available Questions section contains 2 types of questions: Mogo defined and user defined. Mogo provides an ever-growing database of questions, which show on the Available Questions list highlighted in white. This includes any questions you remove from the current template. To add questions to the current template, drag and drop them from the Available Questions list to the template in the desired location. At Mogo, we understand that every office is different, and that there may be questions that you require patients to answer that are unique to your office. That is why we give you the ability to create your own questions. To create a new question, or to edit an already created user-defined question, click on Add Edit. If you have made any changes to your template, you will be prompted to save changes or discard to continue. The Office-Defined Questions list contains a list of all questions that have already been created by the office. You can edit these questions or delete them from the Available Questions list. To create a new question, click on Add New Question. The question box is exactly what will show on the medical history form. Under Answer Type, you can choose between 5 answer types: multiple choice, single or multiple selections, date selection, and single or multiple row text boxes. The 2 multiple choice types work in very similar ways. Single selection gives the patient choices of answers, but only allows them to choose one. An example would be a question with the answer options of yes or no. The patient is presented with multiple choices, but will only choose one. Multiple selection is similar, but the patient is allowed to choose as many answers as is applicable to the question. An example of this type of question would be, what medications are you allergic to? The patient will be presented a list of answers and will be able to choose as many as they are allergic to. Date selection gives the patients the ability to answer a question with the date. A question that would use this type would be one such as, what is your date of birth? The patient can either manually type in their date of birth in the standard month, day, year format, or they can click on the drop-down arrow to choose the date from a calendar. The single and multiple row text box types allow the patient to type in a response to the question. A question that requires a single line of information would use the single row type. This could be something like, what is your primary care physician's name? If you then ask the patient, what is your primary care physician's address, you would choose the multiple row type so that they can separate the address into 3 or 4 lines. The last choice under answer type is patient instructions. This allows you to put instructions into your medical history for a question. This type is used as a companion to the questions you enter, which will help instruct the patient on how to answer them. If your question is multiple choice and you want to let the patient know they need to choose one or choose all that apply, you would enter these instructions as a patient instruction. If you choose single or multiple selection as your answer type, you will also need to fill out all of the available answers. Enter all of the answers you wish to let your patient choose from, each on their own line, in the Answers box. Once your question is complete, click Save to add it to your database of available questions. To return to the form editor, click on Go Back. Once back on the form editor, you can see that your new questions have been added to the available questions list. You will also notice that the questions you created are highlighted in yellow so that they can be distinguished from the Mogo defined questions. Once you have your template the way you want it, click Save and Exit to save it and return to the online forms page. If you would like to reset changes to the last save layout, click on Start Over. If you would like to reset changes to the Mogo default, click on Reset to Default. Both of these options will change only the current template, so any questions that you have created will not be deleted, just move to the available questions list.